Hiya, ladies and gents. It's the LFC podcast. It's all about Liverpool. It's you. This is what I want you to comment on there. I want the lads. I've got two great guests in, and I've got another guest coming in to sit with me. But Marios might come in a bit later. He's in Athens at the moment. Well, he's always in Athens, but he's at a sort of a function, and he said I might join you later on. It depends what time it ends. He has to be at the function, by the way. But I've got Tommy Batty. I've got him in an ardent Liverpool supporter. And I've got the wonderful George Scott. He's in, the Shankly boy, the lost Shankly boy. And Ian Gold is coming in as well to join me here, but he finishes work a little bit later, so he'll be definitely joining us. And I'm bringing our lads in now. And there's Tommy Batty.
Hi, Frank.
You okay?
All right, mate.
I'll bring in our George in. And there he is.
Hi, boys.
All right, George.
Hi, Tommy. Hi, Frank. Good to see you both again.
I tell you what, your voice is better. Your voice is better from last week.
A little bit better. It's still not 100%, but it's getting better.
No, of course. Yeah.
As long as you can hear me.
Yeah. Great. And as I said before, I don't know whether you heard me, I've got Marios hopefully coming in a little bit later on. And I've got Ian Golder coming in, definitely coming in, but he's finishing work a little bit later, you know. He said, I mightn't be there till 9 o'clock. So it's really good. It's really good, you know, because as it is, with the title, you know, with these two players, what we've bought, you can see, can't you, the amount of, I'm saying ecstasy, you know, for the fans, because we're having a decent summer already. We're having a decent summer.
I've got a big smile on my face. It's what we've been looking for quite a long time. Two quality players in the midfield, and this boy looks great. The new boy, Dominic.
Yeah,
and it looks like we're our jobs to get third and two.
Yeah. It's much better. Feel good.
Well, I want to ask you a question a little bit later on, and it involves Steven Gerrard. Actually, it involves him and Thiago.
Yeah,
and Thiago. But can I just say, Brian Fennell, now he's there. Now there's a thing sent out to him. Brian, if you're listening now, where are you?
He'll be in his car.
The back of his car. Brian, there's a link sent out to you. There's a link sent out to you, you know, so if you can join us in the back of your car.
He'll be handcuffed.
He's on Route 66.
Do you know, like Thursday's the best one for Brian? I do know that because he works, and he said that there's always Thursday's far better than the back of the car on a Tuesday. But I just want to say, I just want to mention our people who have tuned in. Charlie Woods, evening chaps.
Hi, Charlie.
Evening, Charlie.
Lovely Kelly Elliott. Hi, how are you all?
Hi, Kelly.
Kelly.
And the kisses for me, by the way, not you lot.
How do you know?
You don't know, do you?
Listen, if there's any fellas that send kisses out there for you, you two.
Well, I don't mind. Anything will do except things.
And there's Brian there, as he says, and there's Ali Brady. These are nice. Hello, everyone. Frank, I posted the live chat into a few LFC groups, so hopefully get more fans involved. Thank you so much. And even the tweeters, on Twitter. But what I'd like to do, and it's everyone on here now, just press the like. Oh, you've already subscribed, so just press the like. It gets the algorithm out there. And Lee Brady, he was on. I'm going to have him on the show, actually. I'm going to have it, not on this one, but on my ordinary show that I do. You know, I have a guest in, and I'll do a little bit of history. Well, I'll do a lot of history, actually.
Yeah.
And do you want some good news?
Go ahead.
Go on. Yes.
I had a phone call today. I had to go to the doctor's. It's hilarious, actually. Went to the doctor's, right? And it's about me back. So I went up there, and I get a phone call. Now, I had a phone call last week, and it was from a TV channel. So anyway, they said, we'll get back to you, Frank. I said, okay. So I was in the doctor's, and the next the phone goes, and I went like that to the doctor. I said, can I take this, please? It's important. So anyway, I said, I had to tell them that I'll give them a ring when I get back home. But what it is, it's Channel 5, and they want me to do a thing about Charles Dickens when he came to Liverpool.
You're the man to ask about him, mate.
Yeah, you're the man for that, Frank.
And so me's up with that, you know, and a few other things, to be honest, a few other things. And so that's what I'll be doing for Channel 5.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
So I'll have to get my hair cut, George.
Like
You still speak to us.
You have to be like me.
But you still speak to us when you're famous.
No.
Okay.
I'll finish it with his notes. No, absolutely, mate. Well, you know that. I remember Tommy, he rang me up once. He said, I'm watching you on a documentary, and it was about the gunpowder plot, Tommy, wasn't it?
Super. Brilliant.
About the gunpowder plot that I did for this TV company, well, production company, you know.
Yeah, I've been watching some of your programs, Frank.
Have you?
I've been watching some of your programs, Heroes and Villains in Liverpool. I'm going back a bit, some of these, of course.
Yeah, yeah, that's when they had different colours here, then, George.
That's right.
I've got the old box set. George.
Yeah. I'm getting educated.
I'm glad of that. Well, that's how these people found me. And they asked 10, I don't know who they were, but they asked 10 people, you know, who's the best? Because I said, how did you get hold of me? And they said, well, prominent people of Liverpool, who's the best historian? And they said, have a guess how many said? And I said, I don't know, 4, 5, 6. And they said, no, 10.
10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. As Jason says, you know, that's
brilliant.
Thank you. Anyway, as I said about Lee Brady, I've got him. I'm going to have him coming on because I had John McCardle, you know, who played Billy Corkill in Brookie. I had him on last night, and he's a big Liverpool supporter as well.
Yeah, good
actor. I've seen a little bit of that.
Did you watch it, Tommy?
I've seen a little bit of it, Frank.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it as well, Frank.
Well, did you hear me asking about the Liverpool podcast that I do about LFC?
About LFC, yeah. No, I didn't see that, but I had to go out, but I watched it for about 15 minutes.
Well, I asked him, and he said he'd love to come on this.
Oh, it'd be great.
So, you know, Jason's sorting out a link for him, as, you know, to come on. I don't know what it'll be. You know, it's best for him, whether it's a Tuesday, so it might be on with us, or it could be a Thursday. I just don't know. Don't know. Charlie Wood, some fans think FSG are going to break the bank. Well, that's a good thing. And Stephen Snape says, I don't think the signings are finished yet. Offloading a few more won't just reduce the wage bill, but it will allow for a complete midfield refresh, which is we all want. And that's absolutely true. So here's my take on this. We've got two very, very strong midfielders now, lads. Now, here's where Steven Gerrard comes into the equation. What do you think he's going to do? Because after is Thiago, he's going after Phil Coutinho, and he's also going after Jordan Henderson.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So what do you think? Do you think Henderson should go or what?
But the way I look at it is this: he's coming to the end of his career.
Yeah.
He's going to go out to Saudi and earn a shed load of money.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't blame him.
No, but you wouldn't blame him. But, if we do get a good fee for him as well.
Yeah.
And he's going after Matip, by the way. He's going after Matip, Joel Matip. So if those three, let's say, belonging to Liverpool, that's Thiago, Henderson, and Matip. Don't forget, they've got shed loads of money.
Yeah.
I think we could get enough money to buy a very, we're sorting out the midfield, but I think we could also sort out an outstanding left centre back.
Yeah.
And a right back. A right back,
yeah.
Well, I think Joe Gomez fits the bill for that. I'm not, people are disagreeing, but we've got to have homegrown players.
I totally agree with you.
He's better at right back than he is at centre back.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah. But money talks, doesn't it? And Henderson, in the position he's in now, he's coming, as Tommy said, towards the end of an illustrious career at Anfield, I think. And I don't think he's going to be playing from the off in the first team. He'll be coming on.
No.
And if Stevie can get him over there, and there's a bucket load of money for Henderson, and then he gets Thiago or one of those guys, because he's not been playing regular for us, then you're right, Frank, can get a lot of money into the club. We can maybe create a few spaces and get another couple of players in,
But the one thing I look at is this: who's going to refuse Steven Gerrard?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. He's got such a lot of power.
Well, Steve Evans, whether you agree with this or not, I don't know. And I like your opinion on it. Steve says, and now Steve's a vet, through and through. He's one of these lads who he sleeps LFC, eats LFC, and he says Saudi is ruining football in my book. What do you think?
Well, I feel a bit uncomfortable about the Saudi situation, really, morally. But at the end of the day, most football fans in this country don't seem to care where the money comes from. They just want the money into the club, and they get the best players like Newcastle, Man City, and others. And it's a very, very difficult situation for a lot of people, really. And I wouldn't say they're ruining the game, but they're changing it dramatically.
Well, it's really...
I look at it like the Saudis are coming in with oil money, they call it, oil money. But as you've just said, George, most clubs, especially us at this minute, we need that type of money.
Yeah. Can't do much without it.
No.
But at least we've spent 100 million now in the last couple of weeks on two players. So, that's, if we go back a month ago when we were talking, that didn't look likely. We were worried about spending anything. So it's a positive move to me in the right step, and I think, as Tommy said before, there's more to come.
Do you think that they were forced? You've got to look at the bigger picture here, George.
I think Jurgen Klopp has put his foot down. This time he said, look, you're making me look a bit of a fool here.
Let's make a break.
What am I supposed to do with these? I need players.
Yeah, I think you're right, Tommy. I think you're right. It's the fans have been pushing for it, and I think it comes through to the club. And you're right. I think Klopp stood up now and be counted, and he said to them, I need these players coming in. You've got to help me. You've got to support me. You've got to back me. And it looks so far they have done. So we'll see what happens next week.
Yeah. But when you see players the likes of we'll go to that actually. I just seen a comment and it's saying after a while younger players will start going over there. And this is what we have to be afraid of. Because if we were players, let's put it this way, and we were like 27, 28, you should be at your peak then. You're 28, and you were offered a lot of money, and I mean a lot of money, by a foreign agents over there, you know, not in the Premiership or even Europe, but in Saudi Arabia where they're building up. And even China, they're building up a league, don't forget.
Yeah, but I think, Frank, like the English Football League, going back to the fourth division, to the first division, or the Premier League, whatever you want to call it, most players who are homegrown, either wherever they come from, they know they're playing in the best league.
Yeah.
And most of the players in the Premiership are millionaires anyway.
Yeah. Look at the people that are going to Saudi Arabia. Look who they are. You've got Ronaldo coming to the end of his career. You've got, you know, a number of others. You've got Messi coming to the end of his career. Henderson probably, if he goes, similar. Most of them are making the money at the end of their career. It's like the golf, the live golf.
Yeah.
A lot of those boys are going over there for secure the future forever. And they're forgetting about legacy and tradition and history. And it's a sad situation in many ways. You're right, Frank. If a lot of the young guys start going over there, then they're going to blood the talent out of our country. And at the end of the day, it's a Mickey Mouse league.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about the players. I think they'd rather play in a good league like ours, the hardest league in the world.
Best league in the world by a mile.
Okay, I heard something in the paper. They've offered one player 800 grand a week. A week.
It's obscene.
800 grand a week.
It's obscene.
And this is where I'm not saying greed on behalf of these like younger players, shall we say. Yeah. It's a new like this one week's wage, even in this Premiership, like one week's wage, say like of Mo Salah, let's say Mo Salah would set you, Tommy, would set George up and myself if we got 1 week's wage of his. It's everybody up for life.
But there are a lot of them are already set up. I mean, they're making in the Premier League a couple of 100,000 a week. And that's the lower end. You know, the likes of Salah and them are making 500,000 a week. Yeah. So, you know, how much money can a player want to have in his back pocket?
Well, Thiago is on £11 million per annum.
That's unbelievable. And he's hardly played.
11 million.
Yeah.
I don't understand it really, the economics of it.
How old is he, by the way?
He must be in his late 20s.
I think he's 32, 31,
he's 30 plus, yeah.
Well, Henderson's 33.
Yeah. I can understand them players wanting to go over there and earn a lot of money.
Yeah.
At that age, yeah.
People like Oxlade-Chamberlain, those sort of players, you know, they come into that position. Even Firmino. Yeah. Isn't Firmino going there as well?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, he could still play in that team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, I don't understand why. I don't know what they're playing for over there because, I mean, they don't have huge crowds. They don't have any history or tradition. No. It's just going on the pitch and playing.
Yeah, but the thing is, you know, where, you know, our stands are full with human beings. They've got big sacks of money in their seats. That's who they're playing in front of.
Yeah, they even paid the fans to come in.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I don't even think they're ready to go.
So anyway, getting back to our lads, you know, what we're doing is, you know, we've just signed this Tom. What you think?
Well, I've been watching. Sorry, Tommy, go on.
Yeah, no, go on, Frank. George, go on.
I've been watching them on YouTube. You know, I look at some of the Leipzig games in the Bundesliga, and he looks a bit special. You know, it's very difficult to decide because when I saw Keita, he looked special in some of the clips. But from what I've heard and listened to other players, and he's been playing with Haaland alongside him, and Haaland rates him as well. And he scored goals against England. He's played for Hungary. He's regularly got the high level of assists and a high level of goals, and he looks a special player. Yeah, I'm excited by him.
Yeah,
and he's 22.
Yeah. The thing is, we've watched them as George says on YouTube, and I always remember watching Luis Suarez on YouTube.
Yeah,
and I went like that. This fella's special. Now, I watched the likes of Kaiser. I watched other people, you know, who have been interested in, you know, on YouTube. Now, as I said, I mentioned Suarez. when I watched this Dominic lad, Szoboszlai, I think that's how you pronounce
That's it, Szoboszlai.
When I watched him, I said exactly what I said about Luis Suarez. This fella's going to be exciting.
He does special things.
Now, just watching him on YouTube.
Yeah.
And you can see what Jurgen Klopp is trying to do now here. He's going to build a team what's going to last maybe 10 years.
Yeah, the young lads, aren't they?
Yeah.
But we're
And
not
you've still
going
got the other
after
boys
that
behind them as well.
But we're not going
You've
after
still
that.
got
Third, I thought we were all John together.
No, we're not going after them now. That they're going after this Lavia. Let's just read out what Lee Brady says. I can't see Henderson leaving, but I think he should, because this new midfield we have now, I can't see him getting much game time. Considering the last few seasons, the injury problems he has had for the captain, and they have, they've added to his game time even less, so
I agree with that. That's spot on. It's
Yeah,
good.
it is spot on. So I think, but how many times have we said, going through the seasons, injury prone players? Let's go back 2 seasons ago. I said then 2 seasons ago that Naby Keita should be sold. I said then.
Yeah.
And also I said, it's Brian. And I also said Oxlade-Chamberlain should be sold, but we allowed them to stay, and then they got injured, and then they rolled out. No one applied. Injured.
My spin on Henderson is he's been probably one of our most successful captains ever. He's lifted every trophy there is to lift.
Yeah.
So really, he's got nothing else to prove at Anfield.
No, nothing. No, nothing. He's done it all, hasn't he? Done it all.
Yeah.
Hi, Brian.
All right, Brian.
Hello. How are you?
All right, mate. The back of your car looks nice.
Yeah. I'm in my library. Yes, I'm in my car again on Route 66. Was it? That was what it was.
How are you, Brian?
FSG's done something good then, Brian. FSG's done something good.
Flies, locusts, river turns to blood. Head for high ground. Yeah. But no, seriously. No complaints about what they've done so far. I mean, a little disappointed that Thuram wasn't part of it, but okay, no problem.
And that's the game, really, because that's what I've just said, Brian. Today it's been announced that we've lost interest in Thuram. I would have liked Thuram because I've seen him on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he's good, and he's strong.
He's really good.
As someone called him, he looks a beast. So I would like to see him, go to another Premier, especially one of our rivals, and him playing against us.
Yeah.
Even his dad, Lillian Thuram, recommended him to go to Liverpool.
Yeah.
That's what a third or fourth player that's happened this summer, isn't it? Bellingham, who is talented, who fit the system, no. Gavardio, no. Now Thuram, who's going to endorse and say, come to Liverpool. And do you think that the wage structure, the installment payments as opposed to money up front, that was the impasse?
Don't know, do we? We'll never know.
Well, we'll never know. You're right. But that was a big blow. But the more I'm seeing about this Lavia guy, he sounds like a diamond in the rough.
I agree with George. I still think there's people to come in.
Yeah, I think we'll still get at least one more.
Yeah, do you mean, George, what you meant there? Do you mean a midfielder? Or we definitely need...
I'm thinking a defender.
Definitely a centre-back.
Centre-back or a right-back. Yeah. I mean, if you look at the midfield, we've now got Trent, we've got the 2 new boys. You've got Fabinho still there. You've got the young kids kicking along behind Elliott and Bajcekovic. So it's beginning to look like a more sensible midfield,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You've got the likes of, as you said, you've got Curtis Jones. He just started playing brilliantly.
So there'll be a fight for places. These kids will want to try and get in, and the new guys will have to prove themselves in the Liverpool shirt.
But that's the part I love. Yes, someone. Yeah, they're all coming here to take a job. So the competition will be fierce. That I
Well,
love.
we just mentioned a few players there, and who we forgot, left out was Fabinho.
Fabinho, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's still there.
He's the centre. He's the GM, isn't he? Now, this Lavia, he's supposed to be a DM as well, a defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
And this is who we're pursuing.
Yeah.
What you think of him, Brian? Lavia, if you've seen him.
Well, I haven't seen much of him. I didn't really follow Southampton, but what it sounds like, he's a good player. Just needs a little guidance, a little bit more training. I was going to say, and also another bonus, he's a homegrown player, or will be in a couple of years. So he'll count against that. He'll tick that box. But other than that, no, I think it's great. Fabinho being, I think it's great he's there. And then you have Lavia, then you have, assuming he signs, and you also have Badger, a backup. So he'll just take them under his wing and just bring them along. I think it's good to have that the seniors there.
Well, that's a good point, because we were worrying, weren't we, about Batacek. The weight of the problems on his shoulders by carrying us, last season. And now with these lads, especially Elliott as well, and Curtis Jones, with these new lads coming in, and possibly Lavia as well, just imagine the weight will be lifted off them.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, you need a strength in depth because of the injuries we've had in the past. You start getting a few injuries, you've got quality players to come in.
Yeah.
Do you think Jones stays, or do they move him? Curtis Jones.
Curtis Jones, yeah.
You think he stays?
Still here.
Okay.
He finished the season well. He finished the season really well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but was that more on audition, or was that
because he got game time? He got game time, and he got more confidence each game here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think it's good.
Well, Steve Evans sent me a message, a little text, and he said, Lavia, 19, he's got engine and bags of talent, and the one thing Bellingham hasn't, he has experience of the Premiership.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's right.
It counts.
Right.
It counts.
Yes.
It does count. Everything counts now. And don't forget that. I remember when Fernando Torres came. Remember him?
Yeah.
And when Torres came, he hit the ground running.
He did.
And so did, I tell you who else, so did Suarez.
Yes.
He hit the ground running. Great players at the ground running. And I think this will happen to this Dominic lad.
Yeah.
I look back at them teams when we had Torres, Suarez, Alonso, Mascherano. How the hell did we not win the league with that team?
Yeah, I know. Why did we let them go?
Yes. Yeah.
They were amazing.
Totally agree.
Well, it speaks to the competition.
Yeah.
But I'm quite excited about the new season now. I have a bit of a lift there. Give us a bit of a lift. More optimistic, I think, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think one more centre back, and I'll be with you. Depends on the next two players they bring in. We'll see, but much needed improvement. Feel much better about the season.
You're right, Brian. I agree.
So you think was it Szoboszlai? So anyway, eye chart. You think you hit the ground running, or do you expect him to, or do you think it would be nice to? You think he will? Okay.
I think he'll hit the ground running myself. Stephen Snape says, we mentioned before, you see, Brian, just before you came on, that Steven Gerrard is going after Henderson to bring him over. And also Phil Coutinho, Joel Matip, and, Jordan Henderson, obviously. And he said, Stephen Snape says, if cashing in on Henderson means a payday for him and a few others as well, then as much as it goes against our morals, maybe we need to swim with the sharks or we'll deteriorate financially. After all, sadly, it's all about the money.
Well, sadly, it's true.
Spot on.
It is. It is. There's no other way. Look.
Well,
let's be hypothetical here before we start saying about what players, what players we need, to fulfill what we need for next season. That is, another midfielder, a centre back, left-sided centre back. That is. So I'm going to ask you the likes of that, the oil money, because if the Saudis and the Qataris and everybody else sees, they're going to buy clubs in the Premiership, where's that going to leave Liverpool? Because we've been asking for a couple of years, 4 years for midfielders. Don't forget. Yeah. And, now we've just about, got the money to buy these players. And another question is, if the likes of MacAllister and Dominic, would it cost, say, 60 to 70 million each? Would we have got them? That's the problem.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I know you said it's hypothetical, but that doesn't matter now. We got them and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, but it needs to carry on, Tommy.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Frank. But see, nobody's going to buy a Premier League side unless you've got oil money.
Yeah, no, that's it. So
nobody
that's
can afford it.
If the likes of, say Tottenham get taken over by an oil side, and everybody else just below us, even Brighton, even Brentford,
and United as well.
Yeah, United is being sold to the Qataris. Yeah, and where are we going to end up? Because
the one thing in our favour, Frank. The one thing in our favour, we've got Jurgen Klopp.
No, but that's just what I was going to say, Tommy. We've only got him for another 2.5 years. Yeah. And he'd be gone.
Well, this is the price of admission now. You have the Qatari money. So either you stay in and spend, or as we talked about before, you stay in and spend, or you go the Ajax model. You scout early, bring players in, develop them, and sell them on. Otherwise, there's no competing with the war chest. So FSG has a decision to make. Either maybe back up and say you said 60 million pounds, but that's the new 35 million. We can shop around that end, but guess what? We're in the 60 million range now, and their choice is either pay and continue to pay or get out. And unfortunately, that's the way. Yep. That's the way of the world.
Yeah, but even with FSG, everybody's got a price.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, but that's the choice now. You have these big money clubs coming in, or big bank clubs coming into the league now. If you want top 4 or top 5, guess what? That you have to pay to play.
Yeah. I think you've got to have the right manager as well. To be honest, I mean, you can have all the money and spend all the money, but if you haven't got the right manager getting the team together, look at Chelsea. Chelsea had a load of money stuck into them this year. Finished about 14th in the league, and now we've got the new manager, saying that they did in the papers today they're the best team, in the UK over the last 3 or 4 years.
I read it.
How did he get that? Where's that come from?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe what I was reading. It's like another world, isn't it? Let's face it, we've competed with Man City, even with the problems we've had.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're not exactly a million miles away from them anyway. So with these 2 new players coming in, maybe another couple, and Jurgen at the helm.
That's down to the manager. Down to the
manager. Same as Guardiola at City. All that money wouldn't be much good if it wasn't used by a player like a manager like Guardiola that can make it work.
Well, that's so right. Point. Because they never worked with Man United, did they? Because they were buying left, right, and centre, and it just didn't work.
No.
Whether this
they've got a good manager now, Frank.
Got them to turn around.
They've got the best manager.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, of course, great manager helps, but look how close we were for the last 5 years or 4 years until last year.
Yeah.
Going toe to toe with Man City, and the difference was, one was ambition, and 2, responsiveness to the team needs. That's been the difference.
I mean, But for 2 occasions, we would have had 3 titles. I mean,
absolutely, yeah.
Salah's shot was about a quarter of an inch from going over the line 1 year, and the second year they got 2 goals in the last 5 minutes of the season. It's robbed us of the league. So it wasn't.
Well, no, we kind of lost it 2 years ago. Point back to 2 games when we played City at home, and they were down to 10 men, and we didn't have the midfield to go ahead and regain control of the game. And the same thing happened with Chelsea. That's where we lost it. But right, I know what you're saying though. But the difference is, just getting in, finding these players, refresh the squad. Sure, deep pockets helps. Guardiola says, "Okay, I need this player," and they go shopping at the in the Harrods line or Harvey Nicks line for a player. We have to there's a delay for some reason, and begrudgingly we have to go discount bin shopping or somewhere. So
if you compare the 2 teams, City and Liverpool, look at the celebrations when we won the league and when we won the cup. And look at City's celebrations in Manchester. It was like trying to get overs.
No doubt. Our base is far more passionate than City's. Far more. There's no question about that.
The fan base.
What you say something? Okay.
Can I read out a comment by Steve Evans?
Sure.
And he says oil state money is dirty and tainting sport as a whole these days. FIFA, UEFA are not bothered as they are as crooked as these clubs and states, so nothing is going to change. Then there's Mbappe, and this is where we've got to be careful here. Then there's Mbappe looking for a package of over 200 million for the next club he joins. There should be a wage cap before football completely dies.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a question. If Liverpool had the money, saying hypothetically had 200 million free to spend, and they put in a bid for him, would you take him?
No.
I wouldn't.
Why?
I just think it's obscene money. It's obscene money.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what he was saying about. That's a very good point, there, actually, Brian, because remember when Mo Salah said, you had fans saying, "Let him go, chase him. He's not worth that. He's not worth."
No.
But people are forgetting that there's players in the Premier League are on more money than him.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. Mason Mount is on the same money as him now.
I know.
Well, I can't understand anyone saying get rid of Mo Salah.
No,
just not.
Who's saying that?
They did get rid of him.
I'm not saying you didn't, Frank. I don't understand it though.
No.
It'd be suicidal.
Yeah.
Well, the same fans wanted to get rid of Trent last year too. I mean, let's face it. There's a fickle segment of our club. Ourselves included. We all have our favorite players, and we all have.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you go back a few years, all the so-called die-hard Reds were burning Steven Gerrard's shirt in the street.
Yeah, because he slipped.
Oh, yeah. Well,
because he was going to Chelsea, calling him a traitor.
Oh, when he was going to Chelsea in 2005.
Yeah, they were burning his shirt in the streets.
After the European Cup final, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, remember that. Yeah, okay. All right.
That's the Harry Kane says, it's all greed by these footballers, and how can they spend it? It's as simple as that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's as simple as that, what Charlie said.
But that's
the way I look at it there. The way I look at it there, the footballer's life is only short.
Exactly.
And if they can earn as much as they can, I don't knock them for it. That's all.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah. Jeez.
But you wish you were on 50 grand, even 50 grand a week back then, George. You'd be all right, wouldn't you?
A lot of people have said to me, if I was playing now, I could buy the golf club. Give it back to the members.
Now, here's what Steve Evans was saying about how crooked they are. I'm talking about clubs and whatever. And he says, what about Chelsea still signing players on 8-year contracts? Thought they'd been told categorically that they couldn't do it. Still, Yet they are carrying on like it's nothing. It's sickening.
Well, a lot of these big fees are spread over 10 years, aren't they?
Yeah.
5 years. They don't spend all the millions in one go. It's all negotiated.
But they've got to sell as well, haven't they? They've got to sell. But what they're going to sell, they're not going to sell cheaply, are they? They're not going to sell cheaply.
No.
How much did Mount go to United for?
Is it about 60 million, is it?
Yeah.
60 million.
But we've got this Dominic lad, right? We've got MacAllister. And would you, if you had a choice, and we were after Mason Mount, well, I'm not saying we were just linked with him. You know, the way the rumours spread around, if we get Mason and all this nonsense. Who would you rather have?
What do you mean?
Mount or MacAllister? You have to have MacAllister. Who'd you rather have, Mount or this Dominic lad?
Well, I've never seen this Dominic lad, but I like Mason Mount.
Yeah, a good player, experienced player.
Do you know what? I was trying to say, Dominic's name there and get onto this. I got it right before, and his soul boy Frank said, "Well done, Frank. You can say Szoboszlai."
You just got Bajetics sorted out.
I always remember
Tommy Smith.
I always remember an advertisement going on a few years ago. And you see a dressing room, an English dressing room.
Yeah.
And you see the manager, talking to the players, and they're all looking at him like this. And he turns around to the interpreter, and he goes like that. And someone says something, and he turns to the interpreter and says, "What did they say?" And he went, "Eh?" He couldn't understand the mind. It's not that funny.
Hey, somebody sent me a list of autographs, and I'd signed it as well. All the first team squad, 1964. You could read every name, and every fan could see exactly who it was. Now, if you get the first team squad's signatures, you can't read one of them.
Right? He's like, cover your eye. S-Z-O.
Hey, George. George, I was reading a thing about Tony Haley. Did you read it? About Tony Haley, right?
Go on.
When Shankly got rid of him,
yeah,
he goes into Shankly's office and says, "What are you getting rid of me for?" He said, "You've had your time, son." He said, "I'm good in the air, though." He said, "So was Douglas Baird, and he had 2 10 legs."
He did, yeah. He did. Like the pilot, yeah. He was good, yeah.
Douglas
People need wooden legs. You can't buy him, can you?
No.
Brilliant.
That's absolutely brilliant. I hope Goldie's here, because great. I'm just, carry on. Look, there's Brian Headley says, "Lads, if we get straight back after all this and we stay injury free, we can go close again. The bench will be far stronger now, which will help. Enzo, etc., can play parts and will be better for us." Can you talk about that while I let Golder in?
Yeah.
Well, I'm like George. I'm very optimistic about our chances this season. I can't wait for the season to start.
I think we got.
I think we'll be challenging.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Yeah, I think,
We've got a tough game to start at Chelsea. We'll have to try and win that one, or go away without a defeat just to get off. And
I think they'll be more worried about us, George.
Oh yeah, well, they should be as well. To be honest, absolutely.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, George, worried about the defense, the back line, especially with that new offsides rule coming in. So. And we tend to play high, so I hope we get. Yeah,
I think that's what we need to concentrate on. We've given too many goals away in the last year or two, and it gets nervous towards the end of the game. You're up 1-0, and you're always thinking, something's going to happen here, like, and they're going to score.
Yeah.
We need to stop that. We need to be firm in the defence and more clean sheets.
Yeah, true enough.
Well
I
said.
agree with that. But
I mean, it'd be interesting.
I still think Virgil van Dijk, okay, last season he wasn't at his best after that injury. But now, I know people say, he's had it now. I still think he'll come back and be the best central defender in the league.
I think so.
I think they'll be pumped up this year because they had such a bad year last year. They won't want to go through that again.
Yeah.
None of them will want
Ian
to.
Golden there. I like Ian.
Ian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. So, do you have any idea who we're looking at? Is that Nicky Van de Ven or whatever? Is that who I keep seeing his name pop up and down, in the echo.
Ian's the man to ask for all the information. He knows all the ins and outs.
What was that?
Ian Golden knows everything about Liverpool.
Oh, he does.
Who they're buying, who they're not buying. What they have for breakfast.
He is the maester of Anfield, isn't he? Yeah.
He is. He certainly is.
Ian.
I take it you've been talking about the incomings then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we have been talking about him. Yeah, we're quite excited about him, I think, to be honest, Ian. Are you?
I am, I am, because I think I've always said it's about the three, personally, like it's about the three players. It doesn't matter who they are to us, whether we've heard of them or we haven't. You've just got to trust Klopp on what he's done previously, haven't you?
Yeah.
And so I am excited about the two of them. I still like the other one, but then I don't want to lose anyone either.
No.
After we've already lost a few, I wouldn't really want to lose Thiago or Henderson at this point because they've got the experience.
But the thing is, Ian, we've just been saying we don't think it's over yet. I think Klopp's still going to bring somebody else in.
Yeah, it looks like they still want that other midfielder, doesn't it? Because you've got to look at Fabinho as well and what's going on there with him, like. But I can see them definitely selling one of the three, Fabinho, Thiago, or Henderson. And if they were going to sell any of them, I think I'd let Thiago go. But I prefer them all.
Steven Gerrard's looking to take them over to Saudi.
Yeah. Well, that could be a problem for us, really, couldn't it? But as you know, when George seen a post that was put up the other day on the Merseyside Football Forum. And I said, my worry now would be like, we know that we normally recoup what we spend or spend what we bring in. So my worry now is, hopefully we don't sell someone. And my big fear would be like, if Salah was to take the money, and George said, I can't see that happening.
No.
Doesn't happen.
Not having that. That would be a suicidal move for Liverpool. He's one of the greatest strikers in world football. I mean, to let him go at this stage would be crazy. I think it would be.
The most important thing for me is Mo Salah is happy here.
Yeah.
He seems very happy, doesn't he? Yeah, everything you see and hear. He needs to come again this year and do something special.
Yeah. I think he comes across as, definitely comes across as one of those people who's looking at the records he's breaking.
Yeah.
I can be an absolute lead. Well, he already is, but
he already is.
Legend here.
He can do better. Yeah.
I think he was affected by the African Nations League when they lost that match against Mane. I think he came back a little bit down for a week or two, a month maybe, till he got over it, But they'll be away again, you see, for this African Nations.
Yeah. But even so, George, his numbers, his figures, his goals and his assists and everything were still right up there, weren't they? Even though the team wasn't playing well last season. He's a phenomenon, really. He's so fit and he's so resilient.
And he never gets injured.
Exactly.
He never gets injured.
He plays with a smile on his face, even when he misses a chance. Just goes for the next one.
And he wants his other teammates to score too.
More than anyone else.
Yeah. We've certainly got an array of riches up front next year, haven't we?
Yeah.
If they keep him all fit, Diaz coming back. I mean, he was fantastic, Diaz, when he came in. He gets back to that form. I mean, it'd be amazing.
I think it's about. I think what he's looking at now, obviously, is like he's got all the attack. Let them attack, but
it's how we just plug them gaps, isn't it? Especially if Trent's coming into midfield from that same
Yeah, that's
position.
what Brian was saying before. We need a defence structure that tightens things up a bit at the back and not get caught with a high line. Yeah,
and I think it's the tactical situation then, isn't it? And because Van Dijk's dropped off a little bit throughout that high line thing, you know, especially if they bring this new law in with the offside.
What's that one?
About. What?
What's that new law I have there?
He's up behind the microphone. Can't see you, Frank.
He's got a face for radio. Sorry, mate.
The insult's flying.
He's got to put it over here now, aren't you?
There you go.
That's it, in the middle between you.
No, put it back.
All right, Tommy, you know what I mean? It's been taken joke, you know. But not insult.
No, I think it's
Eddie, what's this new law? Hey, and I haven't heard this. What's happening?
It's going back to being the full body, isn't it? It's got to be ahead, so to be offside. So even if you like your shoulders onside, you're onside now. What?
They have to do something, don't they? It's been an absolute shambles.
Yeah,
I just like the old rule where, you know, if you're off, you're off, and if you're not, you know. And
yeah,
I thought it was going to help because we got some of them wrong. So I thought it was just going to be about that. It was just going to be about
what happened?
The obvious.
What happened to that? I always thought if you were offside with the parts of body you could score with. Like your head, your knee, your feet. How can your hand be offside if you can't score with your hand?
Well, Curtis Jones was offside when he pointed. He pointed when he wanted the ball.
Yeah.
Hand was offside.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
They'll have to do something about the VAR. You see the players celebrating, and the crowd are celebrating, and then it all calms down. And you're waiting for a decision for about 3 minutes, and then it's
And what is it with the linesman? He doesn't put his flag up until after it's continued. Whereas people could get injured. People could get injured in that.
I'm amazed.
I don't understand the reason for that decision. In my day, if you're offside, the flag went up, and that was it. Offside.
But the old, you know, the old way, you know, going back without this VAR, that caused, and it was good actually, you know. He was offside there, and you know we'd argue between us that you know that he got it wrong or the linesman got it. What was the linesman doing? He was offside, or he was well onside. What are they? It's destroyed all that.
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
It has destroyed it.
And in the end of the season,
it slows the game down.
It used to balance itself out. You got a bad decision one week and a good decision the next. The linesman was there, and that was the rules. He put his flag up, you're offside.
You know what? What I think's amazing now to look back on is we used to go to Breck before the game and have before and after the game on Breck Road and have a bevy, all the lads, and we'd all go in the cop, and you know the views you got in the cop, and yet we'd come out the cop and go, "What was that referee? What was that linesman thinking there?" When you think about it now, how straight down the line you are with the decisions. We were making the decisions from the cop. When you have some big 6-foot fella in front of you.
And nine times out of 10, you got them.
You'd have to wait till match of the day to wait to be proved right. Only you weren't. You'll probably proved right.
And you weren't biased, were you, Ian?
Do you know if Liverpool lost, me dad used to say, like, just let him sit on his own for his tea when he comes in. Oh, and my sister used to wind me up. Then she'd just be staring at me, and I knew what she'd be thinking, and I'd just don't even go there. Yeah, I remember like the first 3 games we lost. I think I cried my eyes out because it was that they were that space between. I just wasn't used to Liverpool losing.
No,
but you know what it is, Ian? You know, it's like you remember George. So Frank, no, losing is terrible. But imagine losing on the toss of a coin.
That's right. I remember that. Yeah, Big Ronnie. Yeah,
imagine losing it on the toss of a coin.
Yeah.
That must have been heartbreaking, that.
Was that Bucharest? Didn't we play? Wasn't that Bucharest?
Hamden Park.
Something like that, yeah.
Cup winners'
At
cup.
At Anfield.
Yeah, at Anfield, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That one was at Anfield. Yeah.
Well, and it stuck in the mud at first.
Yeah, it did.
Stuck in the mud, and he had to toss it again.
Wasn't it Inter Milan? No?
We won that toss, didn't we?
Yeah, he won it. No, it was I remember it was
Big Ronnie.
the Romanian team. Bucharest, somebody.
Stuck in the mud, and the second time we won it.
Someone will sell us on here.
Yeah.
One of our ardent Reds will sell us.
That's what you call heartbreak, losing a game like that.
Do you remember a game against? And I'm going off a little bit. We played CSK Sofia in the European Cup, and I think Russ scored, and he said it hit the net and come out, and the referee played on.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? In the early 80s?
Yeah, hit the stanchion, come out.
It actually went in and come back out, and the referee said it never went in. That's also stick to me. I mean, it wasn't actually on the telly, but I remember the radio commentary, and that obviously biased, like, but they knew it had gone in and come back out.
Yeah.
Well, what about an England game as well? Only a few years ago in a World Cup. It was during the World Cup, and it went well over the line.
Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
Jeff Hurst.
The yard over the line.
And I think
I'm against Germany, that.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I think right after that, the following season, they brought in the line technology, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They brought in that.
Yeah, but I mean, you could have been standing down the other end of the pitch and see that over the line.
Exactly. There was one in United as well, when the United goalkeeper dragged it out from behind the line at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That was a yard over.
what was his name? Tabili or something? I can't remember.
I wonder what would happen, like going back when Thierry Henry scored against the Irish.
Yeah.
Scandalous. He should have been taken to Kilmainham jail and shot.
That's what Shanks would have said. He should be in jail. Yeah, use his hand.
Oh, it was a clean goal. It was clean.
Yeah.
I remember Shanks after the Ajax game over there in Holland, and we got hammered, I think 5-1 or something like that, something mad. Cruyff and Neeskens and everybody, hammering us.
Got beat 5-0.
To the game, I said, it was a travesty and justice. Because it was foggy, he said, we couldn't see ourselves because we played in red and they played in white and could see each other.
I think that was 5-0, I think.
Yeah, 5-0. Yeah.
Remember
Shankly? We thought that we could beat them at Anfield 6 or 7. They were the times that, we had belief. And we had belief, didn't we, with Jurgen Klopp? And now the beliefs come back with just 2 signings so far. That's mad, isn't it? It's really mad.
I don't think it's ended yet.
It's early though, isn't it? And it does look like we're making inroads into letting a few go again, trying to recoup people who we can sell rather than just let go on freeze. And I think one of them will go, definitely. I think so.
Yeah. Could be.
The last person I'd want to leave out of the 3 of them is Henderson, to be honest. I don't know, you might disagree with that.
Super again.
So if we were selling Henderson, Fabinho, or Thiago, which one wouldn't you want to go? Which one out of them would you want? Definitely to say.
That's horrible.
At the moment.
At the moment, I don't know, because I'd rather keep it. If we're buying no one, we've got to have a defensive midfielder. And he'll be protected for Fabinho, because he was all over the place with the midfield, He was everywhere because the midfield, everybody was running through the midfield, but he'll be protected now, and I think he'll be a better platter. That's in my opinion.
Well, I think he showed at the end of the season, when we started to play a little bit, much better. To be honest. Henderson, I think we still need some experience, and I think the 2 lads that have come in, and if what's his name from Southampton, Lavia, comes in from Southampton, He's only 19.
19, yeah.
Bacic is 19, isn't he?
Yeah.
Then you've got Jones. Then you've got Szoboszlai.
Dominic, you mean?
Dominic.
Szoboszlai, yeah.
He's 22, isn't he? And
The good thing is, Ian, if they're old enough, if they're good enough, they're old enough.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to lose any of them, Ian. I wouldn't want to lose any of them. To be in an ideal world, I'd love to keep the three of them this season. You need to back up that midfield. You need the squad depth. You got the League Cup, the Europa League Thursday nights. You got the chasing the championship. You know, it's going to be a tough season, and we will get injuries without a doubt. We'll get injuries. Yes. So I'd try and keep him all. If we can afford to keep him, I would keep him. Thiago's a gifted player, I think. And if you keep him fit, he's an asset. He's not if he's not fit, obviously. Henderson's coming towards the end of his career, but he's got the experience, like you say. Yeah. And Fabinho, I do like Fabinho. When he's on his game, he's a bit of a destroyer.
Yeah.
He can close down, you know.
And again, if we're bringing that 19-year-old lad in from Southampton, you need someone like Fabinho to show him the ropes as well, don't you? Like much of the way Firmino's done with Gakpo, really.
Yeah, you know, Gakpo as well. I forgot about Gakpo.
Very, very good point there. Because where you've got the likes of Thiago, for example, Thiago, people are saying that he's a luxury player, but you need his experience, especially in midfield.
He opens defences up.
And the likes of Henderson. But here's what I would do, boys, and I've said this now for a couple of seasons. I'd take the armbands off. Because Milner's gone now, I'd take the armbands off Henderson, give it to Virgil, and give the vice captaincy, because Milner's gone. That's it, finished. To Trent.
I think that's going to happen, Frank. I think that's going to happen.
I just hope so, because as George said, the likes of Henderson, and we've all said it, won't be playing that much, during the season, and you can't keep taking the armbands off and giving it.
Henderson was club captain, wasn't he? Is he what they call the club captain? So then Milner had come on, he'd have the armband, wouldn't he? If he was
pathetic.
I think you could leave. Obviously, the main focus would be like, the main man would be Henderson. But if he's not going to play that much, you need the captain on the pitch, don't you? So maybe
you do. Yeah. Virgil van Dijk, I think, would be captain.
Yeah.
But remember, they've done it before. Was it like? Did Fowler and Redknapp hold the trophy up?
Yeah.
I think like the two of them were like, well, we're both captains. Do you know what I mean?
Well, Redknapp is injured, wasn't he? Redknapp is injured.
Yeah, Redknapp was injured all season practically, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So I think, if things go the way we want them to, I don't think Henderson will play anywhere near the amount of games.
No.
It'll be if we're struggling and he comes in to steady the ship sort of thing. So I think God knows what the midfield's going to be, but
I think the Europa League is made for Henderson. I think he'll play him in the Europa League.
Yeah.
League Cup with the youngsters.
Okay, in the knockout rounds maybe, but the Europa, that's made for the younglings. Let them go out there and go ahead and mix and match and try all the combinations and see what you.
I'm sure there's a bit of experience, like on the pitch.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm suggesting. Fair play. Point made.
Yeah, he's going to have a bit of a selection problem, really, Jurgen, isn't he? Deciding on who he plays, which has not always been the case in the last year with injuries.
One thing's for sure, we're going to have a good bench.
Yeah,
we're going to have a good bench, and a bench that can change a game.
Yes. Yeah. What you need.
I was listening to some pod, and I had to comment on it actually, because this fella, he wasn't a scouser or anything, and he said about players leaving, and he said, I think Jota will be gone.
We haven't even mentioned Jota, have we, really?
I don't think there's still Jota.
Or Elliott.
No,
two players.
Jota won't go.
No, I don't think he'll go.
None of these guys will go. The ones that have gone.
That'll be Elliott. No.
And I just had to say, where are you coming from with that? Because Jota is, he's pivotal. Yeah. Remember when he came back from that long injury, because of his calf, I think. And he came back and ended up scoring 4 goals in 2 games. Yeah. That's Jota.
The thing is with Jota, he's an impact player. and he comes on.
Of course he is.
Yeah, he is.
Of course he is.
Natural goal scorer.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see
We
that
don't have
stuff,
many of those. Exactly.
I mean, look at the way he finished that shot against Spurs in the last minute. Took his time, slotted it right in the corner, high pressure into the cup.
Right.
You know, no time to make a mistake. Straight in the back of the net. I wish Nunes would do the same.
yeah,
I think he's got to calm down a bit.
Nunes
I think once he calms down,
progress.
he's going to be brilliant.
Yes.
I hope so. I think so. I do hope so.
Well, he was thrown to the wolves last year with no midfield support. So yeah, that was just raw instincts, raw ability. I think as you said, this year, once things calm down, he'll be much better player.
Yeah,
they've got to perform to stay in the team. That's the thing. They've got to perform.
True.
Same in every. That's what Shankly used to say about Cali. Cali was never out of the team, Ian Callaghan, because he performed every week. And it's the same now. Nunes comes in, he's got to perform. He's got to score the goals. And it's all about, at that level. That's why they get the money.
Well, Charlie Wood says, lads, I'd like to, discuss this week. And he says players don't hit the ground running now because Klopp, the way they play. Would you agree? Klopp said, I want early signings before pre-season.
Yeah, I think
to get them up and running.
If you look at the team in the past, he's changed everyone, didn't he?
Yeah.
Into what he wanted for the good of the team, and it worked.
Oh,
so
he's been forced to change. He's been forced to create changes with the injuries as well.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I
wouldn't question anything he does.
No, we'll have to press him back this year now, and that's been missing, hasn't it, because of the injuries?
Yeah.
There's no way I didn't really.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting because Nunes could be a totally different player if that press is right.
Fresh start.
When they start doing them balls on the edge of the box with Diaz, Nunes, Gakpo, Salah.
Yeah.
It sounds
great. There's another lad. I think he's going to be a revelation next season. It's Gakpo.
Yeah, he is.
Well, Lee Brady says there, I think Gakpo will tear up the league next season. What a player.
I do.
Yeah, he's got everything, hasn't he?
What are you looking forward to? I know it's a bit early now, but pre-season's a week or two away. Who do you think is going to start for Liverpool? Who do you think is going to be the main man?
Besides Mo Salah?
Salah's going to be the main man.
Staying injury free, that is. And you've got to bring to the equation as well. Nunes.
No, I think it'll be Salah again if we're looking at who's over the course of the season, because if the team's playing well, Salah will be scoring backfalls of goals and creating all.
He may get better service from midfield as well.
Yeah.
I think Mo Salah and Gakpo.
Yeah.
So you're looking at the forwards to, they're going to be the star, players for next season. So I reckon that this Dominic lad,
and Diaz as well.
Szoboszlai. I think he'll hit the ground running, that lad.
We've got an abundance of talent.
We have got an embarrassment of riches.
He really has got it, that lad.
I'm looking forward to the goals from outside the box. That's going through the roof. So you've got Trent, Szoboszlai, Gakpo can hit one, can't he?
Yeah, Gakpo. Yeah.
I think them three are going to be scoring goals from outside the box, and it's going to be great.
And that's where Jota comes in as well, and Salah, because Salah is a natural, and he can hit them outside the box. Against Chelsea, there's been a few that he's hit. But you've got Jota. He's one of these players that is there when there's a loose ball or whatever, and he just seems to bang it in.
Do you know what? I love Jota. I don't think he's going to start though.
No,
I think the team that starts, I don't think you'll see the two new lads play together against Chelsea first. I think they'll be on, both of them maybe on the bench, but one of them. I think he'll be chomping at the bit waiting for the team, and it'll be Henderson, Fabinho, and Curtis Jones.
Yeah.
But do you know what? If he does that, you back him, don't you? Because you think he knows what he's doing. He's going to watch them. He's going to bring them in gradually or whatever. And, you know.
He'd be watching them in training, and he'd be making judgments on how they are, how fit they are, and how ready they are, and slot them in when he wants to.
I'm just so excited to think of the system.
So that's what I was just going to say, Ian. I'm so excited waiting for the season to start.
Yeah.
Likewise, Tommy. Likewise. Can't wait.
Don't you think only what Ian said there? I'll go to Brian on this. Brian, you know what Ian said? He mightn't play the two lads. Now, if he does play the likes of the midfield, and don't forget this midfield collapsed last season with, Fabinho, with Henderson, and who else did you say?
Curtis Jones. Into it, didn't he?
Yeah. What if they collapsed against Chelsea? How would that affect the team?
It won't. It won't affect them. I mean, sure, you have all this time to get ready for the first match of the season, but I don't think it'll be if they do air quote collapse, it'll just be part of the process.
Well, how would the fans feel?
I hope they'll show some patience and realize, okay, we've brought in some new midfield, and they're still forming, still gelling, still letting them play together.
No, but I'll guarantee you now, if Jürgen brings in the players, the likes of Fabinho, Henderson, and whoever, Thiago, Curtis Jones, Elliott, or any of them from last season, starts the game against Chelsea, and they get beat, I think the fans are turn. I know this because you've seen the way they turned all of a sudden before we started buying. What's Klopp doing? What is he doing?
I think
one of them starts.
No, I'm not saying the match. I'm just talking about.
There's no reason not to play the two of them. To be honest, they're both experienced players.
Exactly.
Players, the highest level. Why would they not play them?
What he's saying.
I know you're saying.
Players here, and look, he's not even playing. I'm just being a devil's advocate. That's all.
Yeah. I'll say this.
One of them starts.
Us on a bad day, Chelsea on a bad day. Us on a good day, Chelsea on a good day. We beat Chelsea every time.
Yeah. Especially the Chelsea last season. And who've they brought in this season so far?
Loads.
And who've they let go?
He brought in everybody.
We're not scared of them, though, are we? Come on.
No.
We're up and
scared of them.
We were saying before, Ian, that Pochettino said this morning that the best team in England in the last 4 years.
Yeah, okay. He must have been
the last 10 years, George.
Chelsea ladies, maybe.
Yeah, he must have been on the Zed's back or something. I don't know what's going on there.
Hitting the vape pen, I guess. Okay, sure. All
right. Shambles.
If you're asking for where I think we'd finish next season, I'd say first or second again. No, and I'm not really normally that confident. I just think we're going to be really going for it this season. No.
There's no reason why not. No, we've got the support, we've got the players, we've got the atmosphere we create.
Yeah,
the manager we've got.
And I think with the new players, the fans will want to bed them in themselves and welcome them. Yeah. And they'll be giving them all, and I think that works at Anfield for new players as well.
Yeah, the atmosphere will be great.
So does Kelleher stay?
As soon as they make a song up about them, they'll be made up.
Yeah.
Somebody will.
Lee Brady says, looks like Matip is getting a contract extension. Makes me think this window we won't be getting a defender. Any thoughts on?
I think it's going to do with the Trent thing. The Trent role.
Yeah.
Because Konate. That's where the problem was. I think he was asked to cover over on the right as well.
Yeah, for Trent.
But I think if Konate just clicked into that role and knew and had his the game intelligence, then which obviously they're working on, we'll be back to and as you said about Fabinho, if he keeps his form up, that's what we need, because we do need to shore it up. And
you do.
I'd love to see Van Dijk just come out and go, you know what? They wrote me off, but look how I performed this season.
You need a ball winner in midfield. You need somebody to win the ball and hold the ball in midfield.
Yeah.
Well, this is why people are saying we need a left-sided centre-back to play a back three of the new centre-back, right? And Virgil and Canetta, you know, to the right with the left, Trent and Robbo, you know, going up the wings. This is what people are saying. This is like a new system that's going to come out.
It's the 3-4-3 or the 3-5-2, isn't it? Yeah. So the three centre backs. The trouble with that is, if one gets injured, your whole system's knackered, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because if we went with Canate, Matip, with Trent and Robbo, if one of them three get injured, who comes in to fill for that system that we're playing in the middle of a season or whatever? That, you know what I mean? It changes the whole.
And the likes of Matip and Canate, they're the most likely to get injured first.
Wow. Yeah, massive.
Yeah, Matip's been injured a lot, doesn't he? He's had a lot of injuries. I quite like him when he's playing, but
I think Jurgen Klopp has stamped his thing. He's got Trent's position now. After the last 4 or 5 games of last season, that's where Trent's playing. Anywhere he likes across the middle.
It looked great, didn't it? When he was just sliding across midfield, wasn't he? Knocking little ones in. Really
absolutely brilliant. Yeah,
fantastic.
And he did it for England as well. A bit more advanced.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did.
The ball he played for
He told Saka where he was going to put the ball for him.
Yeah. So is Gomez staying, or is he going? And is Kelleher staying or going?
I hope he's staying.
Could Steven Gerrard's appointments over there reignite interest in buying Liverpool? There's no better advocate for our club than probably a once in a generational talent like Steve.
It's not a bad shout.
It's a very good shout. It's a very good shout.
It might be an alternative reason for him going over there.
When he comments on my show, in my ordinary show, that as you call him Dictionary Corner, he comes out with words that I've never even heard of. And they're very good. It's like what's his name? Szoboszlai. It comes out with words like that. You can't even pronounce it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Brian Headley says, lads, despite some of my comments, I'm very hopeful. Only the right back area annoys me. We will get taken over sometimes. Fingers crossed. Frank's right. We're only 2 years left with the big German.
Yeah. Let's enjoy them.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Don't want to worry too far ahead. Let's get next season sorted first.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what Klopp's doing now is building the foundations for the next manager, isn't he?
That's what we just said before,
And you know that it's great when you see young players come in, like the one that's even 24, MacAllister.
Yeah.
Look at Bassett last season, he was our best player when he got into.
Oh yeah. He's such a great player.
He'll be a star.
He'll be a star. So, and he'll be covered up front by the two center mids. Yeah.
Szoboszlai.
Shay Stevens, me.
Yeah.
Give a hard time about that.
With Szoboszlai and Bagajic, we're going to have a nice mouthful. Szoboszlai, Bagajic.
Szoboszlai. Oh.
That was funny though with Bagajic, wasn't it? No one could pronounce it, and he still can't really. Bagajic.
I was like that with Tommy Smith.
And Joe Cole, right?
Joe Cole.
Well, he's got his name on his shirt anyway, so hanging out.
Yeah.
Dominic Szoboszlai. There you go. That's a cracker.
He'll get it next night, without a doubt.
Smart looking lad as well.
Who?
He's a smart-looking lad, you know. He's
That's not like a lot. Like, it's not like a lot. That who are we looking at now?
I just can't wait to see these, like,
all the girls.
Right, exactly. I was just thinking that travel board. Exactly, Charlie. Get the Z on double letter score, triple word score. Szoboszlai. Oh yeah, you win. 150 points for all 7 letters. There you go.
Charlie would say the team sheet will look like a Scrabble board.
Hope Jurgen can spell when he writes the names on the board.
What's your name
imagine
again?
that, imagine next season playing Europa League. Some of the places we go and the names. Oh gosh. One of your men stepped down from stepped down from Sky Sports.
It's number 8 to number 21.
Yeah.
21 to number 7.
Yeah.
Footballers always have a nickname. They always have a nickname. They don't get caught by the name in the squad.
No.
Everybody has a nickname.
Poor George Sefton.
Do you know we were talking about that game at Anfield? Soulboy France said Cologne was a toss of a coin, and that was it. It was the Germans. Cologne.
Okay.
And landed on its side. Then it had been snowing that night, and he's right.
I'll tell you a story about that one, Frank. We were in the dressing room before the game, and it was snowing heavy and frosty. And Shanks came into the dressing room and he said to St. John, he said, "We've an easy night tonight, boys. They're a load of tarts. They're wearing tights." They're wearing tights.
Did we go through? We won the toss.
Oh, we won the toss, did we?
Yeah, we won the toss.
I can't remember.
That was Ronnie Yates, wasn't it? That was Ronnie Yates when he was captain.
Ronnie Yates, yeah.
No, we won that game.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said before. We won it on a toss. The second toss landed on our side.
Right. So Shanks was right. Just for a change.
Shanks, he was right, you know. Boys are wearing tights.
That was good, that, you know. All the lads have said, told you that our lads know everything.
The line.
Oh, wow.
That's the end of it.
Wow.
And see Frank's belly.
He's definitely getting blocked. He's definitely getting blocked. Whether he's in court.
Aye.
It's great.
Dunlap disease.
Soulboy France says the new offside rule is going on trial in Holland and Italy next season. Proposed by Arsene Wenger.
I don't get how they're having different rules in different countries and then going into European competition and playing. What rule did he play then?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Players are going to be like, "Oh, what rule are we playing today?" Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
because obviously teams are going to have to change the tactics for that rule. So, do the Italian and Dutch teams have to change tactics for European games now? I know it happens in a way anyway, but
will it make a difference? Oops.
No, not really.
I just hope it's improved what it is now, because it's just a farce now.
Oh, it is
terrible. It's got to be
offside based on air density, because someone's hair stood up, a hair and an arm stood up, and okay, that's offside.
Crazy.
Yeah, I like that. Their heads offsides, or the shoulder, whatever. Just be consistent.
That comment's good.
Well,
good call out, Pete.
Well, Pete Blanco says Thierry Henry took a season to acclimatise, so hopefully Nunes will have to stay.
That's good.
Well, he'll have more around him. He'll have more support.
Centre forward, didn't he? Wasn't he a centre forward?
Yeah.
All he's got to do is calm down a bit.
Yeah.
With his last club, he didn't have a very good first season, but his second season, he was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
The club he came to, I read about that. He struggled the first season, the second season, brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, that's Brian Headley says, Jürgen has said before he wanted certain players with certain skills, and I think 4 of them have gone now.
Who's that?
So the 4 players.
The 4 players that we've let go, certain skills, with the physiotherapist, I think. If Diaz got over his injury properly, then he's another one who could make a massive impact. I believe that as well.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I believe that. See, we're all right for the forwards.
I think all our forwards are impact players.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, of course. And you'll have them on the bench as well. You know, you will have them on the bench, the forwards, because you're only going to pick 3, no matter what. With the new midfield, and don't forget the midfield protects the back four, or the back 3, whatever case it may be.
Do you think Diaz is better off the bench or the starter?
They'll have to do all the running.
Oh, their leg.
That's the legs that was needed.
Do you think?
You remember going back when Manny was here? I'd say probably Manny was one of our best defenders.
Yeah,
he defended from the front.
He come back, didn't he? Yeah, did a lot of work back in defence.
He did.
Manny.
Oh, Manny.
He used to be back on the edge of our own box, didn't he?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
After him as well, Manny.
Well, it goes back to what you were saying earlier about Konate, if he can. I thought he could. Just last year he was exposed because Salah doesn't drop back, and when I can't call him Froda, Elliott didn't necessarily track back either. So that left the right back and the right side totally exposed.
Yeah, exposed
from the counter. So yeah. I think the new midfield, you'll see a difference. You'll see the
MacAllister being there though.
Yeah, and Konate held his own against Vinicius Jr. in the.
I think you'll see a different Liverpool next season.
The what?
You'll see a different Liverpool next season.
Oh, absolutely, yes. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think MacAllister as well. MacAllister's a grafter. He gets stuck in the midfield as well.
So he'll be dropping in there, won't he, as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And this is where I think Slub, you know what I mean. That's Dominic, lads. I think this is where you'll see him shine. I really think that lad is going to shine. I really do. It's me, you know. I really am excited by his signing. I was only talking to. I don't know who's talking to today. I've been talking to loads, funny enough. And I said I don't know when I just said it on here. The only time I ever got excited, you know, since you know, we signed Suarez was this fella. I think he's brilliant. And I've only seen it, and you know, I've only seen it, but he's excited me. And I think so what do you think of what do you think of this? What do you think of this? Salah, after this good rest, will be on fire next season. I think he'll be switching with Ben Doak, who we haven't mentioned, who I think will play more when Salah goes to the AFCON. What do you think?
But he's only a young kid, isn't he? And he looked good even coming on when he was 16 or 17 or something.
He's not afraid, though, George. That's the point. He's got no fear. He just goes on and runs.
Yeah. No, he looks to me a great prospect. You know, it depends when.
Oh, fantastic.
If he doesn't go on loan, I think he'll be playing in the cups, won't he?
Yeah,
he'll be playing the League Cup, and maybe on the FA Cup, and you know those sort of competitions. Yeah,
but that's what fans.
He's like a Wayne Rooney type of player. No fear.
Yeah. An impact. Well, this is what fans have been saying about the AFCON. We seem to be not mentioning the AFCON. Seem to be forgetting it because Salah will be gone then. And this is why
last year
he needs another forward because we haven't replaced Firmino, have we, Bobby? We haven't replaced him. And this is why fans are saying we need somebody, another forward.
I think Gakpo will be another Bobby Firmino.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you know, one forward's gone out of them, and he hasn't been replaced. That's all that I'm saying. So this is why I'm saying, why don't we bring in someone to cover for Salah? That's during the AFCON. Don't forget that Ben Doak, you know, people are saying, oh, put him on loan, you know, it'll be great. But I think we'll need him. I think we'll need him. He'll be I think we'll need him rather than sending him out on loan.
I think Jurgen Klopp realises that.
I hope so.
Yeah, they've got plans for them, haven't they? They know exactly what they're going to do. Do you know what? I just had a thought there. You know, if you look back at the players that won us all them trophies, I think I'm probably more excited now with these players than I was with them when they first come. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they'll be better, but I think
the likes of Ben Doak, when he comes in, he's got to check his chance. If you remember Michael Owen when he came in, scored 4 goals at Fulham. Robbie Fowler when he came in, scored goals. This is what they have to do. Too many will come in, they shine for a few games and are back in the reserves or disappear. You want somebody like him to come in, make a mark, and break into the team. I would love to see that this year. Somebody like that coming in and
make it impossible for Jurgen Klopp to drop him.
Yeah, you want to get. I mean, he's got the talent, so let's see if he can produce it this year when he gets his chance.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the season to start.
It's amazing how these 2 signings have brought the atmosphere up, Tommy.
Certainly is, George. The last few weeks we've been saying FSG, they're not going to buy no one, they're not going to do this.
We've been criticising FSG, we've been criticising no signings, no money, and now all of a sudden you got 2 signings, and it just shows you what they can do, lift the mood.
And that's just 4 of us. That's just 4 of us.
What they can do. Yes.
Yeah. Do you remember before Christmas when we were all saying who would? Remember before Christmas when we were saying who would you bring in midfield, and we were going Bellingham, like that. No one mentioned these.
Mount.
Nobody mentioned these 2 lads, did they?
No.
But that makes me think that Jurgen Klopp always knew what he was going to do.
Probably, yeah.
And don't forget, he's come from the Bundesliga, so Jurgen knows that league.
Yeah.
The Dominic, he's come from there, hasn't he?
And they have himself there. He's got good scouts in Germany, hasn't he? He'll say, and they've watched, because they've got a place. Isn't there a stat as well? They like them to have played so many first team games or something so they know exactly, what characters, and the character's massive, isn't it? I think they got that wrong.
Didn't he score for Hungary against England as well?
Yeah.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah.
He scored 44 goals over the last 3 seasons, something like that.
Lots of assists.
Well, Pipolenko says from Corfu, he says, Fabinho didn't play for several weeks or months. To understand his role. And Soulboy France says, I think this is a good point.
Right, yeah.
We're going to have choices for free kicks now.
Yeah.
MacAllister.
Yes.
And let's say Szoboszlai. Did you like the way it came out? Yeah, it just flows out.
Yeah, it flowed out. That was good. That was good.
Just rolled off your tongue,
Yeah.
I'll forget us, don't worry.
We've got Mo Salah. Salah can take kick as well.
Mo Salah can take free. It's going to be good.
Gakpo can hit one.
Gakpo.
They'll just
be lost Milner, so he needs one for kicks as well. So
Hey, Fabinho can hit them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can. That goal he scored against Man City.
But another thing with Szoboszlai is his corners.
Oh, you're showing off now, look.
Yeah, he's got the name first time there. Szoboszlai.
In the head, I'm going, what's his name? So Szoboszlai, anyway, Szoboszlai.
Everybody will know his name next year.
Szoboszlai.
But his corners are very well delivered.
I can imagine someone now, right tonight, or when we sign it, making up a song about him. Definitely a song about him being made up by the cop, someone in the cop.
American Pie, Szoboszlai.
Oh, they are. It's already there. Right.
There used to be a song called Dominica, didn't it? Dominica.
That's that sorted.
There'll definitely be a song about him, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you see, when we talk about our team, good time to get Chelsea, to be honest. Some of their pressure is on them as well as our players.
I don't think there'll be much pressure on our players, to be honest.
No.
Not as much as Chelsea.
No, Chelsea, the pressure's there.
They are under the cash.
But would you rather play a team say like Chelsea, who are under pressure to perform in the opening game at Stamford Bridge, or an ordinary team. There's no ordinary teams now in the Premier League.
We seem to struggle against the ordinary teams.
Or a team that's not under pressure at all.
I'd rather we had Chelsea away than Luton away on the first day.
I just go like this. Just bring them on, whoever they are.
You've got to play them all. You've got to play them all home and away. That's it.
Yeah.
Over the season. You don't win the league in the first game.
After saying that, when the Champions League things came out, he said, and that was only last season, he said, we've got to play them anyway. Every one of them.
Yeah.
And they've got to play us.
Yeah, and they've got to play, Real Madrid. Real Madrid. Oh, dear.
You might have a nice party in Dublin as well to look forward to.
Oh, I've got my tickets booked, George.
Yeah, I thought you would, Tommy. Yeah. The Guinness will be there.
I was over there for the wedding and I seen this big fella who's well in. I said, you ordered me 4 tickets for Dublin, right?
Yeah. Well, we'll all be going over there, that's for sure.
There's a lad there, Jamie Phillips, and Jamie Football Chats. Good evening, Frankie said. Now, I've invited him on the show. He'd like to come on because he's got his own one. And, really fantastic. If you're ever, we're not only, you want to get onto a podcast, get onto him. All you got to do is Jamie Phillips's Football Chats. Get onto it because he wants to appear on here, and it'll be fantastic when he just finally come on. To be honest, but we've got this, like, there's
slapper chops.
Look at this.
Slabber chops.
Slabbergob, that's it. Slabbergob.
He said it's going to cost parents a lot of money on the shirts, and it will.
I don't care what they call him as long as he scores 20 goals next season.
Aye. Yeah.
But at least he's a goal scorer midfielder, and this is what we've been lacking constantly.
Said that all along since the Coutinho days.
Shot from outside the box.
Yeah,
that's what we lack from the midfield. Hitting it from outside the box.
Coutinho used to do that when he first came.
Yeah.
Who did so? Oh, Coutinho, yeah. I mean, is there any worse sight? And I love Jordan, but when you see him running up to smash one from 40, 30 yards, and he's going to side foot it. Comes up and he just side foots it. You think, oh, come on, man. Or it'll go, he doesn't score many. He scored a great goal against Chelsea, didn't he?
Stevie Gerrard was the one outside the box.
Well, what do you think of Stephen Snape's? Go to you, Tommy, then Brian, and to you, George, then to you. So let me go let me go around instead of all jumping in. And is young Tyler Morton is one who might become a prominent fringe player. The kid shows real promise. Now, someone else said, I think it was Steve Evans who said that Tyler Morton, he's very good. I've seen him play. He's really good. And he's been out on loan this season. So I'll go to you, Tommy. Tyler Morton, what do you think for being right back?
I don't think will risk him. Michelle personally.
Okay. What are you, Brian?
Do we need him now? I mean, we have surplus youth right now. I'd say I agree with good, Tommy. Won't need to risk him right now. Give him more time to develop. Unless he's ready.
Okay. What about you, George?
Well, he went to Blackburn Rovers and he did well at Blackburn Rovers, to be fair to the lad. He got the playoffs at Wembley. He played quite well there. I rate him a little bit like the lad that went to Bournemouth, Wilson.
Ali Wilson,
a lot of talent, but as Brian said, and Tommy, I'm not sure we need him back in the squad at the moment with the midfield group we've got now. He might as well stay out on loan, I think, for a bit longer.
Yeah, I think the same. He's like he tidies up a lot, doesn't he? I think in midfield, he's that sort of player, isn't he? And he's like, you need the experience, and he has done well at Blackburn, hasn't he? He's looked really really good player.
You need players. You need players in midfield to make things happen. Make things happen.
Yes.
You know, not be just tidy little players pushing it around the midfield. You need them to be a bit dynamic at this level.
Yeah.
I say another year at Blackburn or wherever he wants to go, it's only going to help him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's talented player.
I've seen this lad play myself, and it's Brian Henry. He says, lads, there is a monster of a player in the under-23s called Muzzolowski.
Oh no. No.
Another Scrabble winner.
Right.
Scrabble in the middle.
Muzzolowski.
Well, yeah. I was saying, well, they're all the S's played. Only 2 W's. So yeah, we're screwed.
Szoboszlai, Muzzolowski and Besetic, you know.
Slabbergub.
Need more blanks. Yeah, need more blank pieces.
But he says, I think he's an Hungarian. What a player. Maybe he could be brought in slowly alongside with Sobo. Yeah, Sobo.
He is. I've seen him.
I tell you, you know what I was talking about the other day with the lads in the beds. Remember years ago, you could name every player in every other team in the first division.
Yeah.
Like Chelsea, Arsenal. You couldn't even name their team. You can't even name your own team now.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying to that Francine, Tommy, and you know, this goes back to George, to be honest, on his day. Every week, you could name, you know, the team.
Yep.
You named the team.
Yeah,
and he played the same 11 every week.
Used to say to Shankly's, you know, what's your team, Bill?
Same
as last season.
The same team.
Yeah, but you can name every other team too, Frank.
Yeah.
You know, Chelsea come to Anfield, you could say, oh, it's Bobby Chamberlain, Alan Birchnow, Peter Osgood, Peter Benessi, Charlie Cook. You could name them all.
Yeah.
That's because there was very few foreign players. Very few foreign players in the 60s.
Yeah.
So some of them are Scottish. Sorry, George.
Yeah, a few Scots. I was the most foreign player in the club.
George,
nobody understood what I was saying.
You must have been one of the few that never had Mac in front of your name. Remember the team on Max?
No, I did have the right name, Scott. You know, being Scottish. You can't get more Scott than Scottish, can you?
I think when Liverpool first started off, we had 11 Scottish.
He called them the team of Max, didn't he?
That's right.
Because I think what happened, Everton took all the lads they had with them. So the manager, he was Scottish, wasn't he? The first manager, I think. So he went up to Scotland and brought all the players down, didn't he, from Scotland?
Yeah, I know someone.
Tommy Smith said when they signed a player called Sammy Reid, little Sammy Reid. From it was Shankly's very first signing. We were all just kids, you know. And Sammy came in and then Tommy Smith said to Shanks, he said, "What are you doing now? Signing players for the Highland Games?"
I'm just going to put something on, lads, please, if you don't mind. And it's a friend of Ian's and everybody, this lad.
Yes.
And it's just like, if you want any stuff, boys and girls, you know, go there, HSOAB, that scarf or a badge, and they're brilliant. They're a great couple. Michael Dean and his lovely wife, Michelle. They've got a small business, and it's just brilliant. And they look after you, and it's all good quality stuff. And I wear it. And you wear it?
I've actually got one on now. I forgot it was under there, but yeah, this is good one. It's like
that's a cracker, that isn't it? The cup.
The weekend in Paradise. Yeah. Oh, it's like Glastonbury, and it's got all the flags.
No, that's what I'm saying. It looks like the cup.
Yeah, brilliant.
And I've got one on myself, you know. This I always wear one, you know, on the show. But just go there; it's really good. And these, we're all going on holiday, aren't we? We're all going on holiday.
Yeah.
You ship overseas? I'd love to get a shirt.
It's a great. Well, you read it on didn't you, George?
I read it on holiday. Yeah, I read it on the ship, but I had nothing else to do because I was in a cabin. Yeah, and it was lovely. Good book. Great book.
Well, you know,
I learned a lot about Klopp on that book. A lot of things I didn't know.
It's our friends, isn't it? Marios.
And it's well written too.
Yeah,
it's well written. It's brilliantly written, actually.
Yeah.
And this one here, you know, look at all these, absolutely brilliant. You've got Jeff Goulding. Yeah. He's a great writer. Jeff's been on the show a couple of times, and he's really good. And he's a good fella. Knows his boys. Knows everything.
That looks like George there.
But, no, but look at this. Look at this.
There he is. There he is.
Don't you think I look a little bit like Slobbo?
You do. Max Slobbergob.
With the hair.
Look at that Melwood wall, though. Never ever changed, did it?
No.
Yeah, you still look through them gaps on
Shankly was saying to me, stand up straight, son, you're an athlete. I was knackered. Ian St. John there, and he looks like a ballet dancer. I mean, he looks completely fit.
And there's he's a great fella, isn't he, George? Yeah, we've got to know George very well.
It was funny there. He came up to my house to give me the book. I got a book, bought a book off him, and he, you know, the bend, like I'm in the village, like in West Derby Village, and the bend, it goes right on a bend, my house. And he just parks right on the bend. And I have to run out and say, George, you have to move, mate, you have to move. But yeah, he was funny. He was just going to sit there. And I thought, no, you're just going to get fast behind or something there, mate. You need to move. Great.
You know who I am?
No, that's great.
I love the title of this one. I really love the titles. We had dreams and songs to sing. I think that's a fantastic title.
Beautiful.
I really do. Yes. And it's just about the Reds. Do you know what? I was going to show on a lad name. He's a friend of ours, isn't he? Jegsy Dodd.
Oh, yeah.
And I was talking to him yesterday. Well, just commenting. And he brought a book down for me. He appeared on the show once, and he said, "Yeah." And do you know what? It was, I forget what it was called. But he said, you know, it's about when they went, you know, young lads, you know, when we used to go to the game, you know, going to home games, going to away games, especially the away games. What you got up to. Yeah. So funny, you know, so funny. But an harmless. It was harmless, wasn't it? You know, what we all got up to.
Great memories.
Ah, brilliant memories.
The away days.
The away days, absolutely. Yeah. So we're all back now. So there we go. So listen, lads, you've got to... What?
He froze again. Oh, no.
You said last year after, and you paused.
Yeah, look, and this is a good one, this is a good one. And it's so, I think Dominic will replaces Salah when the AFCONs are on. He's played there before. Now, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point there.
Yeah, definitely. The options are there, aren't they? I mean, at some stage, we're going to have to look at replacing Salah anyway. So these lads are young enough now to start building.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going into the role or changing the system slightly. But Elliott's another one who can play there.
Elliott played there too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I can't forget him. Yeah, promise.
Talking about
Jürgen's going to leave a legacy when he goes.
Yeah. He scored a great goal in the under-23s.
He did, yeah.
Individual
great goal.
Solo goal, yeah. Brilliant.
I was watching this Matalowski, I think that person that Stephen brought up earlier. He reminds me of Charlie Austin. I mean, like, or every tool can be used as a hammer. I mean, he's definitely rough and tumble. Yeah, so I don't know if he's ready yet, but yeah, he looks pretty good.
Yeah, he's Hungarian, isn't he? So he must play with Szoboszlai, our mate Dominic.
Yeah.
The Hungarian team.
And not much on style points, but he's effective. I'll put it that way.
We can still name the team from the 60s, Frank says Charlie Woods, and that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Lawrence.
Unfortunately
Lawler,
for me.
Yeah, you go from Lawrence, Lawler, Bain, Milner, Yates.
Stevenson.
Milner.
Didn't know he'd been here that long, didn't he?
Callaghan, Hunt, St. John,
Gordon,
Thompson.
Milne, Yates, Stevenson, Callaghan, Hunt, St. John, Smith, Thompson.
That was what Shankly said to me when he sold me to Aberdeen in his office. He said to me, "There's 5 reasons why you should leave now, George." And I said, "What are they, boss?" He said, "Callaghan, Hunt, St. John, Smith, and Thompson."
That's what he said.
And that's absolutely true.
That's not a bad 5 to be behind, is it?
They're all internationals. They're all internationals, son.
I think it's been,
I thought one reason was enough.
All these books being written show one immutable truth. Even given our worldwide recognition, silverware, and undeniable success, the club still reflects the city. It's never lost its heart.
Absolutely.
That's a cracker, that. That's a cracker. It really is.
Never doubt them.
See, I know we're coming to an end. I know that we're coming to an end. So I'm going to go from Tommy first, then you, Brian, then you, George, and this fella last. You're saying that we haven't stopped buying. Yeah. What's the most important position to buy one more player, and who would you like?
I'd go for the best right back we can buy.
Okay. Brian?
That goes right back, center back. Hopefully someone who can play both.
Okay.
Bavard would have been nice.
That's a good one. What about you, George?
The only one I would have liked to have seen maybe come in is Casado from Brighton.
Yeah.
I thought he would have been an absolute spot-on fit for us, but that's unlikely now. So I go along with what Tommy was saying, and Brian, I think fullback or centre-back. Certainly, I think the midfield's pretty strong now, and the forward line are really strong. So I think in that position behind Trent, we can get some security in there. That would be good. If not, then go with what we've got.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to go for the defensive midfielder, yeah. Because I think if one came up that was better than what we've got, as in Fabinho, I think we can see Fabinho's not obviously in his later years yet, in his later months. So I'd like to think that right back situation, that tactically we'll sort that anyway. And the most important part for me is like the protection, man. So I think I'd go for the defensive, if that defensive. But then if we bring in the Southampton lad, he's only 19, so Fabinho's going to be showing him the ropes, isn't he? Really, he's got a lot to learn. But he's a good player. He really is a good player.
Yeah.
But it looks like we dropped the lad. So Turam, yeah. So, but he wasn't. He's not strictly a fielder anyway. So.
No. So do you think, lads, to sum everything up, that we're going to keep Fabinho as the defensive midfielder?
I think so.
Well, I think it was Brian who said Casado. Did you say it was it Brian?
Yeah.
I was a love him. Yeah. I was a love him because he can play centre back.
That's what I wanted.
Play right back. He's very versatile.
There must have been a reason why we didn't go for him.
Well, it surprised me as well because he knows MacAllister. MacAllister knows him. Yeah.
Was anybody else gone in for him?
I think
or is he staying at Brighton?
I thought Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Has he gone to Chelsea?
I think Chelsea's after him.
They've just gone in for him.
So he's still at Brighton at the moment. Isn't he?
Yeah.
All right.
So we still could get him.
Would you sell him though right now with after losing McAllister?
Say that again.
I say, would you sell Caicedo now after losing McAllister? You lost half your midfield there. Your midfield engine.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Brian. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
They are willing to sell.
I think
The thing is,
if you're
I
going to
think
pay McAllister price for it, yeah.
I think McAllister would be a good law to get him.
Yeah.
I think what's happened though, because of the McAllister deal, and we got him cheap. I think they've put the price up on him to make up.
Oh
for
yeah.
I think that's what stumped a few clubs from
But
going.
your question was including Lavia right back, but if you're saying centre back, right back, or defensive mid, I don't know. I guess my answer remains the same. Yeah, sorry, but Lavia would be a nice get.
Yeah,
I'm still optimistic about us next season.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we're more optimistic now, Tommy. I think everybody.
Yeah.
I think with just two players.
Can feel
Just
it.
imagine if we bring in another two, to fill in the centre back. I want a left-sided centre back. I really do. A left-sided.
I think Jurgen's got something up his sleeve.
I still feel
Be
like
surprised before that ends.
I hope so. But even we don't buy anyone. I'm still more optimistic now with the likes of McAllister and Szoboszlai.
Yeah, you won't have to hide behind the couch no more, Frank.
Yeah.
Let's see them in that red jerseys on that.
He's good enough. He looks you on an outside. And he said, "Where are you, Frank?" I said, about 10 minutes to go. Absolutely dreadful, honestly. The worst one was when we went to the Barcelona game.
Oh my God.
Your nerves were gone. Listen, there's a question for you. And I mentioned this today. Now, no one never said, name me, without Barcelona, without 2005. 2005, okay. Right. Name me two games that we came back on. And,
Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund.
Okay.
That's the end.
But these never ever get mentioned. This is what I'm talking about. Dortmund gets mentioned.
Yeah.
Barcelona gets mentioned. C gets mentioned. And so what two never get mentioned? Have you any idea?
What era are you talking?
I was there. I'll give you a clue at one game. The one game. I was there at two, but I'll give you the one game that I still have belief. And it was 6 minutes to go in the Champions League.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think it was?
Oh, Olympiacos.
No, but that gets mentioned all the time. I scored that goal. That gets mentioned, but these never get mentioned.
Juventus.
No.
6 minutes to go.
6 minutes to go. We were out. We were out with 6 minutes to go.
Come on, Frank.
European game.
Oh, European game. Okay, I was thinking general.
There's only 6 minutes to go, and we were out. We were out of the Champions League. And someone mentioned the manager before. So I'll tell you who it was.
What?
It was Arsenal. When Adebayor scored with 6 minutes to go. 6 minutes to go. And the ball just kicked off right from when we kicked off, because they scored. And the ball was kicked out to Ryan Babel.
Yeah.
And he ran down.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
They brought him down, and there was a penalty. Now, I was there. I was at the game. But when I got home, you know, you're watching the replays and you see that Pat Rice, you know, doing all this. 1 second. And the next, you see him with his head in his head, it just goes down. His head's gone. You know, when the penalty came about, because he knew. And you've got to look at Steven Gerrard. And this is why I think he's the greatest player ever to put a red shirt on. And I'll tell you for what it was. Adebayor scored 6 minutes to go. That penalty was with 5 minutes to go. Now, people say about Salah, you know, the great Mo and the first minute penalty, and he had to stand there, you know, until they had a check and everything else. And he scored. But the pressure, you know, if you'd have missed it, the pressure, we still had 90 minutes to play. But this pressure on Steven Gerrard in the Champions League at Anfield's quarter-final with 5 minutes to go with a penalty. And he hit it in.
Yeah,
it was
you'd put your life on. You'd put your life on him, wouldn't you?
But no one ever mentions Ryan Babel's fault.
No.
It was a cracking goal because he was under pressure and Fabregas was grabbing hold of him and he was running through and we just stood up out the stand and we were looking like that and bang. Yeah. You know, he put the ball away. Absolutely fantastic goal. And Ryan Babel knew that was it. It was dead. The time gone.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
That's what I was going to say. No one ever mentions it. Who said that? Yeah, Brian. Brian Edley. That's the other one that never gets mentioned. Because all you hear is mentioned is what George said about, Dortmund, the Barca game. We all mentioned the Barca game. And, the 2005.
Yeah, but you go back to the Barca game, Frank. The Barca game.
Yeah.
If you remember the first game, and you wonder why Liverpool was so up for it. Because you look at that first game, we got beat 3-0. We could have beat Barcelona over there.
Yeah, Messi missed
we played that well. Yeah. We played that well. We could have beat them there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, without a shadow of a doubt, because we were the far better side.
And we knew that. And they still had another chance at the end that they missed.
Messi missed the sister. It would have been a 4-0, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
In a sense, over in there.
Yeah, but we were at about 5.
Even look this season against Spurs. Who would have thought we'd have won that when Richarlison scored in the last minute and then bouncing around doing dances and everything, and a minute later Jota bangs it in the cup end. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah. But these are the games that make us Liverpool fans, you know.
Yeah.
We can talk about them for years.
Yeah.
It's like the 2 games against Newcastle. You see Keegan's head going down like that.
Yeah. Stan Collymore scored years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Newcastle, definitely.
Teddy Mack was sick. Yeah.
But even Stan Collymore still talks about that today.
Yeah, it was right behind the goal, right behind the cup. And that goal was flashing in the net.
Brilliant. Well, listen, lads, I'm going to shut the thing down. And it's only for let's just let the very last one. Let's have a from Lee Brady. I remember that time when we were getting beat by Chelsea 1-0 and we needed to draw. I think to stay in the title race, and Iago Aspas took the corner in injury time and kicked it to the. What's that? I can't see from over there. So halfway line to Torres, who played for Chelsea at the time, who runs down and it ended up being 2-0. I remember Gerrard screaming at Aspas because everyone was in the box. Worst thing I have seen as a fan. Well, that's put us down, hasn't it? Talking about Chelsea and Iago Aspas. Thanks very much.
Yeah, but that's the only thing he's done at Chelsea. The only thing he's done at Chelsea was that, because when he went to Chelsea, he was never the same player anyway.
No.
The other big thing in that game was Moses' ball to Henderson that got him sent off, and he missed the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Or the last 2 games, was it?
Yeah. That's right. Moses, I forget about these players, don't you?
And he played for Chelsea.
And he played for Chelsea, yeah. But anyway, lads, it's been great. And
we can end on that note. Come on, end on something better than that. Than I know Aspas and Moses. I mean, might as well throw in Sissoko too. Why you know? I know. Something uplifting, Frank. Come on.
Aspas player actually, didn't he? I can't.
Here was a guy we had called Igor. Remember him?
Biscan. Biscan.
He was a
guy. He looked like Herman Munster.
He's only got up.
He's a manager now in Croatia, isn't
he?
He's a ringer for Herman Munster.
You think he's only got up from bed? You think he's only?
I get my photograph taken with them every time.
The crowd liked him. The cop liked him.
Yeah, he's one of them cults.
He was scared of him.
I never liked him. Remember when he played against Everton and got sent off?
Yeah,
cheers, dude.
I wouldn't tell him to his face, like I wouldn't tell him to his face.
Happy 4th of July, Brian Fennell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
thanks, Brian. Very good.
We're celebrating our declaration of home rule. Yes, thank you.
There you go.
I was talking to somebody today, and I said, "What are you wishing all the Americans happy 4th of July? Do you know what happens here? Why it's 4th of July?" And he went, "Well, yeah, it's a happy day for them." I said, "Do you know what it's like?" I said, "It's like a Catholic celebrating bonfire night." And he said, "You know what, people?"
Perfect, Frank.
Oh, beauty.
That's a cracker, Frank.
Anyway, just got to boys and girls, and I'll see you all next week. But if you want, Brian, if you want on Thursday, because I know that it's a good day for you, if you want to, come on Thursday. Is that all right?
If you'll have me, I should be free, yes.
Excellent stuff. And I'll speak to you later, Tommy, because we've got
Right, okay, pal.
You're not going to bed, are you?
I've got no chance of going to bed. No, you're ringing me. Our phone calls last about 3 hours.
I was just going to make him a cup of tea before.
I said I can't escape either.
God, bloody, he's been talking the leg off everything there.
Have to drop it. Take care. Thanks.
George, I'll see you.
Frank, don't forget to text Marios and ask him to bring a note next Tuesday. Why he wasn't here.
We'll be seeing it. We'll be seeing him in August, won't we?
Oh yeah, we'll be seeing him in August. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Brian.
All right, Frank. Nice to see you again, boys.
I'll see you later.
And you, George.
Bye, Ian.
Good night. God bless.
See you next week.
Good night. God bless, lads.
Good, Tommy.
Good night, George.
Good night, George. Good night, Ian. Good night, Frank.
See you later, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
See you later.
Mate. And there was two.
What did you think?
Fantastic, yeah.
Thanks, people, and I'll see you all on Thursday, hopefully. And thanks to the lads who took part tonight. Thank you so much. And I'll see you all Thursday. Thank you.